Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Global Racing Network, and it's been a while for the Global Racing Network, to say the least. We are here, we're back, we're alive. We've had a lot of seasons finishing, but a season that we haven't had finished is the Top Speed Racing League, and we're here for round number 5 of the Top Speed Racing League this evening, and we're here for the main one. It is the British Grand Prix, so it should be an interesting one as we just wait for the final cars to load in, and we'll be underway for this one-shot qualifying, followed by a 25% race as always. And all my mics working correctly, which is always good to hear, as we wait to go green here on the one-shot qualifying, as we are underway as the cars exit out of the last corner on to the front straight, and we are underway, and pretty even pack so far coming across the line. Tom and Maestro battling it out for position at the front. We'll make the wait through the first couple of corners. EFF, who we're looking at currently at the back, as he makes his way through. We're going to skip to the front with Tom. A couple of others. You may notice what looks like races in tonight. Zidab Mura is NZ Pro. He's just changed his PSN name, so he is normally NZ Pro, and NLD Gromwald is normally Donkey Max, so that's who I'm going to refer to them this evening. As always, if people are going to be confused, and that's a very big accident for Tom in the middle of Beckett. Zidab Mura has also had a crash as well. He is out, so that has really shook it up at the front. And we've also got Artisan Fire, who hasn't changed his name. He's a debutant this evening, so welcome along, buddy, and hopefully you enjoy racing with us this evening. Now the question is, who is going to get pole position? The answer is Maestro is on pole with a 127.1. Dale Branco second with a 127.2, so only a tenth off the pace. It's in fact less than a tenth when you look at it that way. So Maestro's on pole, DL Branco is second, NLD Grotwell or Donkey Max is P3 on the medium tyres, very interestingly. Yatansik's had a very good qualifying session, he's up in P4, Jeff Schumacher P5, RPM Westy, who's another debutant, so good luck to you, buddy. He is up in P6 and mixing it round with the likes of Jeff Schumacher, and just Moman is down in P7, Los Manginos P8, Artisan Fire on his debut P9, Kylo P10, Colin got his lap disqualified, and Tom Goproff, NZ Pro or Ziad, and EFF all crashed out. As we now head to the main race itself, it's a little bit overcast in the main race compared to the bright sunshine we had in qualifying, as the countdown is underway and we're about to go green here for round number 5 of the Top Speed Racing League. We'll get a formation lap underway, and then we will begin the race as the final clock counts down towards 0. It's round number 5 of the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. Actually synced that I have had to manually input to the different incidents up and down, as I don't seem to be able to change camera angle at the minute for some reason. It's on the broadcast setting, it's hopefully it'll sort itself out. This doesn't look very crossing. There we go. It's letting me go to the outside view. I thought we were going to have a stream glitch for a second, but luckily we don't. And now we're looking at the leaders as they make their way on the formation lap down towards Brooklands. 13 laps of Silverstone to do this evening. Maestro is on pole position in that golden coloured car. DL Branco is alongside him in second place. Donkey Max is P3. He's got Yatansic for company, who, like I said, had a very good qualifying session to be up to P4. He's normally near sort of around P12, P13, so that's a very good qualifying session for him. Jeff Schumacher is company for him alongside him. RPM Westy on his debut is P6. Just Moman P7. Los Manos P8. Artisan Fire is P9, Kylo's P10, Colin Sol P11, Tomgo Prof P12, NZ Pro or Ziad today is P13, and EFF is at the back in P14 as they make their way, and going quite quickly on this formation lap as they make their way to the grid. So Pirelli saying it's gonna be a one-stop race pretty easily. I can see that happening, to be honest. It's quite an easy stint round here. A couple of guys have been reset to the grid, nothing disastrous. That is Maestro's look down towards turn 1. He's got a very good look off the line as the final cars are just slotting into place at the back. EFF and Tom just slotting in to their final grid positions. We're about to go green here for round number 5 of the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. There's the two just slotting into place. We'll get ready to go as we go to 5 red lights here at Silverstone. It's lights out and away we go. Good get away from Maestro, but I think DL Branco may have bogged down a little bit. He has to cut inside. It's a very good start from Jeff Schumacher. He's up to P3 already. Got the jump on Utancic and Donkey Max as well. A nice Tom out of the first corner. One of the main championship rivals has contact. Is RPM Westy, and Colin is involved in that as well. Straight away it's a safety car. No surprise about that one. Just Moman, Los Manos have all got penalties as well, so maybe some form of contact between the two of them. But this is going to play into the hands on a lot of the race leaders who obviously have started on the soft tyre. The only man it is going to affect is LD Growrolls or Donkey Max, who has started on the mediums. So that could not be a good end to the race. That's a very interesting pit strategy from Pirelli, with the softer apparently going to be the better race tyre. I'm not sure about that given these conditions. So we've lost one car already due to carnage down at but Jeff Schumacher down in P5 got the jump on Donkey Max and Utancic straight off the line, and it's paid dividends for it. RPM Westy, who was alongside Jeff Schumacher, involved in the chaos at the first corner, so he is down the order, and I expect to see a few cars coming in, and we do indeed. The top 3 are into the pit lane. Utancic stays out to take the race lead, but I think everyone else around him, even Donkey Max on the medium tyres, is also pitting as well. So is that the right call from Utancic? In fact, everyone has basically pitted on the first lap, which is kind of expected. Either going to go to mediums or hard tyres and just get it to the end of the race. Utancic, it's a very big call to stay out on them tyres as he catches up behind the Aston Martin safety car, pulls behind him, and will lead us round. So Maestro obviously held position, and interestingly Donkey Max, so in fact he had to go onto that tyre due to the fact he started on the mediums. I probably would have gone onto the hards if it was me rather than the soft tyre. He's going to have to do some work to get them to the end of the race, the soft tyre, even though Pirelli's saying it would be possible on the graphic, as they make their way round behind the safety car. Guys, we're going to take a quick break as always, and we'll be back shortly for the restart. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing Network. We're about to get underway, back underway for the Top Speed Racing League. The safety car is coming in at the end of this lap after the carnage at turn 1. Utancic on older tyres, it has to be said, than everybody else around him. He's going to have it all to do in these next couple of corners. The question is of when he is going to go. The answer is he's holding them up for as long as he can, and he's gone at the very last minute. We are green once again here at Silverstone as they make their way through Abbey for the first time. For the third time, should I say. A couple of guys going wide. I think that's Kylo, and I think that might be Ziad in the wall. It is indeed. He's down the order. Jeff Schumacher's lost a few places. I think that was just people being a little bit too aggressive on the restart. So NZ Pro is our next retirement of the race, or Ziad as he is this evening. So he is down the order. Donkey Max has got a penalty to serve. He's currently defending from Jeff Schumacher, who didn't get a very good getaway at all. But you would think Jeff Schumacher's tyres are going to have a better tyre life overall than anything else. Los Magnus is not having a bad race. He's up to P6 as he makes his way through Maggots and Beckett's and into Chapel. Fully committed in a Formula 1 car through there. Really are on the limit for each corner as you go round it. Meanwhile, back at the front, this DL Branco look on Maestro, and he can't quite do it there. And who's that going wide? That is Utancic going very wide. Is he going very slowly, or did he just get a bad exit? I'm not quite sure there, but it looks like Utancic's tyres may be starting to wear off a bit. That's Donkey Max down the inside of DL Branco, and a little bit of contact for Utancic. I think he may have got a little bit of contact. Jeff Schumacher's going to now try and go down the inside of him. This is a disaster for Utancic's race. He needed to get the gap if he was going to make this strategy work. He's going to try and come back if he can, which the answer is he can. And Kylo has had a spin down at the loop. He's back on his way. Just Moman is also down the order, who's quite high up in the championship to be had. So another one of the championship contenders failing to do it. This is going to get tight between the two of them. Jeff Schumacher brave hanging it round the outside there of Utancic. I thought we were going to have a Lewis Hamilton Verstappen for a second. Luckily they just about avoided each other, and Jeff Schumacher was fully committed to that outside line and got the move done, and he's back up into 4th place. Meanwhile, back at the front, Donkey Max, or Gromwald as he is this evening, is chasing down after the race leader Maestro in that number 75 machine. Los Maginos, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Maestro's just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:29.3 on their medium tyres. Gromwald is going to have to see if he can get some form of DRS. He should get it. I can't remember if it's going to be this time round or the following time. It's this time round is the answer, so he's going to get DRS down the back straight, down towards Brooklands. Too far back to make a move on that occasion. He'll go wide and try and tuck in. He's just gone purple in the first sector, fastest of anybody, as he'll get a draft down the old pit straight down towards Cops Corner, which is again fairly flat in a Formula 1 car these days. Let's make their way into Maggots and Beckett's and then into Chapel. And it looks like Donkey Max is really committed here. He's got DRS on Maestro once again. He's going to go to the inside of Maestro. Is he going to get the move done here into Stowe? The answer is yes. Goes up the inside on them soft compounder tyres. Maestro obviously will try and fight back if he can, which he doesn't look like he's being able to at the minute. Meanwhile, Utancic down the inside of RPM Westy. It looked like there may have been a little bit of contact there between the two of them. Just about avoid each other into the walls, and Utancic's lost time from that. Meanwhile, just behind, Colin's trying to get past Los Maginos as they head down into Village once again. Well, Colin looks to try and make a move up the inside. Not there is the answer. Utancic's got another time penalty for multiple warnings. And meanwhile, back at the front, Maestro's closed that gap on Donkey Max. It's down the old pit straight we go once again on lap 7 out of 13. More than halfway through this race now. Plenty of battles up and down the field. Maestro gets DRS on Donkey Max here, who use it to close in, and DL Branco's not far off these two either, so he's getting a bit of DRS to pull along. It's turning into a bit of a DRS train at the front. Jeff Schumacher very much struggling to keep up with it in 4th place. Gap to this group is 4.4 seconds now as we head on to lap 8 out of 13. Utancic has entered the pit lane and has got a penalty for speeding. We've got an accident down at Vale. That was Los Maginos. I think he may have had a spin there, or some form of contact. But he is back on his way. He's got Artisan Fire, obviously making his debut. All over his rear bumper now. And we'll get DRS on him going down the hangar straight. As we exit out of village, onto the hangar straight we go. And gets DRS for good measure. Will he make a lunge up, down into Brooklands? The answer, he's going to have a look. He's a bit too far back on that occasion to make the move. So he can't do it there. He will again try and get a slipstream down the old pit straight. Will he make a move down into Copse Corner? He's going to go to the inside of Los Maninos. Into Copse Corner we go. Los Maninos gives him the room and gives him the position as well, as Utancic has retired from the session. So he is out. Meanwhile, back at the front, we just saw Artisan Fire make his move on Los Maninos. Make sure he's trying to get past Donkey Max at the front. As we head on to lap 9 out of 13. Yellow in sector 1 still from Utancic retiring. Hopefully that car will get cleared away pretty quickly. And the answer is it's got cleared away before they have made their way onto the Wellington straight. Down they go, DRS open for Maestro. The old Branco's not far behind this group either, getting pulled along in this DRS train. As they exit Luffield through Woodcote and down towards Copse Corner once again. Again, need to be fully committed through here. And then it's the commitment as well for Maggots and Beckett. Meanwhile, a bit further behind, Los Maninos closing back onto the back of Artisan Fire. He's just lost a little bit of time coming out of Luffield. And just Moman is having his battle at the back with Kylo. This is over the final points place, so this could be crucial. If just Moman, obviously high up in the championship, if he wants to score points today, he needs to get the move done on Kylo sooner rather than later. So they'll make their way through Maggots and Beckett, out of Chapel, DRS for just Moman. He's going to go to the outside into Stowe. This could be a brave move. Kylo gives him the position very fairly, does not want to go side by side into there if you can avoid it at all. Maestro really closing onto the back of Donkey Max now. Obviously DL Branco is just sat ready and waiting to pick up the scraps on board with DL Branco. You can see how close he is to these two boys in the front. Will Maestro have enough to have a lunge into Cops? The answer is no. But Donkey Max goes a bit wide on exit. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Obviously Donkey Max has also got that penalty to serve at the end of the race. As he exits out and goes wide on exit there, out of Chapel. This is Maestro's chance if he's going to make the move, and he gets the move done even before they get to Stowe Corner with very much ease. DL Branco again still waiting to pick up the scraps though if they do emerge. He's on board with Donkey Max trying to make the move on DL. Well, trying to make the move back on Maestro. DL Branco, like I say, is not far off this group as we go on to lap 11 out of 13 here at Silverstone. Will he have a lunge here? Donkey Max into the loop. Not quite on that occasion. Jeff Schumacher has got a penalty for multiple warnings. They make their way, and Donkey Max is going to sense his chance into Brooklands. Maestro slams the door shut on him as they make their way into Luffield. Just about gets away with that, to be fair. I thought there was going to be some form of contact, but once again, Donkey Max gets a draft down the old pit straight into Copse Corner. He's not going to make the move there. That's very sensible. So he's just going to sit and wait for the DRS zone if he can into Cops. As DRS open for Donkey Max, but DL Branco is coming thick and fast behind them as well. This is turning into a really good battle. At the front is this DL Branco looking to pick up the scraps. We'll have a look down the inside of Donkey Max if he can. Can't quite do it there. On board with DL Branco as we exit Vale and down the Hamilton Straight into Abbey Corner. Again, full commitment through there. Maestro still defending for his life on lap 12 out of 13. And to be fair to Donkey Max or Grunwald today, he's done some really good racing on them soft compounder tyres. Obviously, the same lap oldage, but you'd think the softs would want to Brooklands and Lovefield there as they make their way down once again. It's still turning into a really good battle. At the front is this. Will he look for a move into Cops? He's not, but he's all over the rear bumper of Maestro. He might have a look into Maggots. The corner closes up on you though pretty quickly and has to give way there. Well, Maestro goes defensive to the outside. He's almost showing Donkey Max the inside. This Maestro could be a bit of a sitting duck here. DL Branco's going to try and go down the inside into Stowe as well. They're going to be side by side down into the Vale chicane. Who's going to be late on the brakes? The answer is DL Branco. He's going to try and hang it round the outside. There's contact between the two of them, and DL Branco is round on the exit of Vale chicane. We kind of saw that coming a little bit. So there's contact between the two of them on the penultimate lap of the race. So that DL Branco looks like he's going to have to settle for third there. But that could be a decisive moment. Well, it will be a decisive moment in this race. Obviously, it seems like Maestro's going to win it with Donkey Max or Gromwold with his penalties. At the end, as long as Maestro stays within 3 seconds of him, it's all done and dusted at the front, and Maestro will pick up another win of the season. He picked up a win last time out in Zandvoort. It looks like he's going to pick another one up here if he can just stay close enough to Donkey Max in these final couple of corners. And not quite close enough for DRS on this occasion. Donkey Max also driven a pretty spotless race, but he's going to fall back, I think, with the penalties. The gap is less than a second between him and Maestro as they're both round the final couple of corners here at Silverstone. Donkey Max will cross the line to win on the road, but it's Maestro who takes the win here at Silverstone. He wins the British Grand Prix here in the Top Speed Racing League. DL Branco has come home for P2 due to the fact that Donkey Max with his penalties has dropped down to P3. Jeff Schumacher comes home P4. Westy on his debut comes home P5. That's a solid race from him, to be fair, considering he was involved in absolute carnage down at turn 1. Colin comes over P6. EFF is home in P7. Los Manginos will come home for P8 and score another couple of points in his points tally. He comes home for P8. Just Moman comes home for P8 actually, because Los Manginos had more penalties. So just Moman P8, Los Manginos P9, P10 sorry, because Artisan Fire beats him to P9. Los Manginos P10. Kylo doing some donuts on the start finish line will come home to take P11 in the race. Well guys, what an interesting race that was. Plenty of action up and down the order. Couple of retirements unfortunately, which is inevitable in racing. As Artisan Fire picks up driver of the day, EFF, sorry, picks up driver of the day. I don't know why I said Artisan Fire there. After he was down the order at the start, made his way back up as best as he can. And has done it really well. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.